All right. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to my brothers, Yahweh Shemar Eletham Bahashim, Yahweh Shah to my sisters. I'm priest and officer of 1,000 Rakah Ariel, hitting you up straight out of Boston, Massachusetts, representing the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana, who was the only man that could properly lead Black and Hispanics and Native people out of this hellhole we call America today. And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people their true culture and identity, which has been taken from them, you know what I'm saying, due to oppression and slavery and all that. So we about to get into it. We about to get into enduring hardship, because that's all we've been doing since we've been in America, was enduring hardship. But let me tell you something. Once you start following God's laws and living righteously, guess what? That hardship's going to continue and increase. And we're going to get into it right now, but I'm going to leave the room open for some questions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you got any questions, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Just type them right on in. All right? Any questions, type them on in. If not, we're going to start with 2nd Esdras 7 and 6, which is in the Apocrypha. If you don't know about 2nd Esdras, let me tell you something. The Apocrypha was a bunch of books that the Catholic Church, within all their wickedness, has taken out of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So, problem is, they took them out and they just separated them from the scriptures. They didn't destroy them. And that's where they messed up. The Apocrypha chronicalizes the Greek captivity of the Israelites. Shows the Israelites in the Greek captivity. If you read the Bible without the Apocrypha, you will be missing the whole Greek captivity. You know what I'm saying? They go straight to the Roman captivity. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get into it. Any questions on here? Let me see. I don't even know what that dude talking. Any questions on YouTube or Facebook or any other ones? No. All right, let me get into it. We're going to 2nd Esdras 7 and 6. All right, bear with me. All right, we're about to rock with it. 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. Like, this is what we are seeking to do. This is our goal in life. You know what I'm saying? It's to build that city. It's to get up in that kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are trying to do. That's the whole purpose of being living this life of a priest that we do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing it without reward. You know what I'm saying? Us teaching our people that the kingdom is coming, that is the whole purpose of why we do it. The problem is there's going to be struggles, there's going to be tribulations, there's going to be trials along the way. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be all types of manner of problems while we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And the kingdom's only for the elect. It's only for the elect. And that's what you need to understand. Who's the elect? Who's the elect? I'll give y'all a couple seconds to answer that. Who's the elect? Who's the elect? Shalom, shalom, huh? Who's the elect of God that the kingdom is going to be built for? If you want to know where we're broadcasting on YouTube, we're broadcasting on Facebook, we're broadcasting on Twitter, we're even broadcasting on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to switch and move around each platform, just search up ISUPK Boston on all those platforms, and I'll pop right up. You know what I'm saying? I will pop right up. I'm on all those platforms live right now. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. No answer. Let me tell you, the kingdom, the elect is those priests and prophets that keep the Most High's laws that are of the nation of Black, Hispanic, and Native people, which are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of, which are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to drop that. We're going to get Dan 7 and 18. I mean, Daniel. Give you a moment to get there as I try to get there too. Daniel somewhere around after Ezekiel. We said Daniel 7, right? Daniel 7 and 18. If you're there, read along. And if you got any questions, type them on in. All right, Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. What does it mean the saints of the Most High is going to take the kingdom? That sounds like war. That sounds like war if you ask me. How do you take something? You take it with aggression. Nobody takes anything softly. You got to take with aggression. You know what I'm saying? You snatching it. And that's what we're going to be doing. We got to snatch up the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. This is what we're doing this for. This is what we got to endure to obtain. And you can't obtain it if you end up getting weak to your own lusts and desires. You can only obtain it if you stay strong within your faith and you continue the good works of your faith. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you could obtain this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? How can you obtain the kingdom if you're going to be lukewarm, if you're going to be on the podium on Saturdays talking about, you know what I'm saying, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and then you go to work on Monday, you know what I'm saying, kikiing and laughing it up with them and holding their hands and probably lusting after their women. You can't do the same thing. You're not enduring. You got to be this 100. You got to be this 100% of the time. You can't be wavering back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that. Because when you waver back and forth, that's when weakness and your lust and desires just continue to come on you, to, you know, hit you up even harder. But let's get on Acts 15 and 11. Let's get Acts 15 and 11. All right. Y'all there? Let me type it in real quick because I like to type it in. If you want to see the scriptures that we're doing, you got to go to YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. All right, if you're there, read along with me, all right? Acts chapter 15, verse 11. But we believe that through grace of the Lord, Yahweh HaMashiach, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, we shall be saved even as they. So a lot of people like to say, I'm saying the Christian church would say, as long as I confess Christ and I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved. But guess what? There's a lot of people out here confessing Christ right now. And they are murderers. They are thieves. They are rapists. They are homosexuals. They will not see the kingdom. No sinner will be seeing the kingdom. Sinners will be put to death in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but that's what it is. That's truly what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard pill to swallow, but that is what it is. You're just going to have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to accept that fact that this is not for everybody. This is not something that's going to be meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we want. We want that grace. Because know why we want that grace? Because that grace is giving us time to endure. That grace is giving us time to succeed at our goals, which is to do this work of the Lord, which is to follow his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Once that grace comes up, that means you're endured. Once that grace is given up, and that's when Christ returns. That's when that grace has been proven. You have proved that you were worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? Once you stop proving that you're worthy of that grace, you know what I'm saying? Then you won't be worthy of the kingdom. You know? Let's go to 2 Timothy 2 and 3. 2 Timothy. Ooh, passed it real quick. Second Timothy is a small book, y'all. You got to bear with me. All right, let me type it in here. 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Matter of fact, we might even go a little higher. Let's go with 2 Timothy 2 and 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Yahweh. What does it mean to be strong in the grace? I was just explaining it a little bit. Let's see. What does it mean to be strong in the grace? If you understand, tell me what does it mean to be strong in the grace? If you're on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, type them on in. Let's see what it means to be strong in the grace. Because that means there's people, if you could be strong in the grace, that means there are people that are weak in the grace. What does it mean to be strong in the grace? I throw out a second question. What does it mean to be weak in the grace? Maybe I can help y'all with giving y'all understanding what grace is. Grace is a favor that Christ died for us to receive so we can have a little more time and prove it to the Most High that we are worthy of this kingdom that he has planned for us. Now, that grace is there so that we can prove it, but what do we got to prove? We got to prove that we are worthy by following his law, statutes, and commandments. Now, how are you strong in that grace and how are you weak in that grace of showing that you are worthy of it? How can you do that? Let me explain how you can do that. It's very simple. You're strong in the grace by following his law, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? By teaching your people, by being a shining example of what an Israelite's supposed to be. You are weak in the grace once you subdue to your lusts and your own desires. You know what I'm saying? Because being an Israelite, well, being a priest and prophet of the Most High as an Israelite is a selfless job. It's very selfless. You're giving up your time to teach, to correct, to guide, to chastise. You're giving up your time to prove your people, and that is actually love. You are loving your people by doing such things. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You're showing your people that you love them. This dude named Zeke Mason he says, and you the man, right? I don't know what you mean by if I'm the man. I'm a man. I'm not the man. I don't even know what you mean by the man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get a little more detail on that question. But let me continue. Why you talk then? I don't even know what you're saying. I'm talking because it's my job to teach. I'm a priest and prophet of the Most High. I'm one of many. I'm part of a whole body called the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I'm a teacher. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue with this. Verse 2. And the things that thou had heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. See, this is a job that has been given to us by men who have been proven that they are worthy to give such responsibility to other men. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Yohanda has been in this school since the late 70s or early 80s. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a grip. He's been understanding these scriptures for a while. He's worthy. And he held on to the truth. He held on to the knowledge that the seven heads have given him. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can do that. Actually, barely anybody else has done that. Along with some brothers, you know what I'm saying? Mainly General Mayak and General Mahyman, you know what I'm saying? Held on to this joint. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we got to be forever thankful, because without him, who knows? I'd probably be in jail right now. I can almost guarantee you I'll be in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. So therefore, endure hardness. Endure what? Hardness. As a good soldier for Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. We got to endure hardness. As this responsibility of teaching Black, Hispanic, and Natives their true identity, we are going to go through some hardship. We're going to be going through people who are going to tell you don't know how to read. What you're doing is wrong. You got to love everybody. They're going to go completely against what you taught. You're going to have hardness of, disappointing your grandma because you ain't going to Thanksgiving. You're going to have hardness of disappointing your kids because you ain't celebrating Christmas no more. You're going to have hardness of disappointing your woman because you ain't celebrating her birthday and Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and all these other holidays with her. And that's hardness. That's a difficult life. Your mother going to say you in a coat. Your father going to say you in a coat. You're going to have to do all types of madness from your family. You have to do all types of madness from your job, from the world. Try telling your job as an average Black man that you can't work on Saturday. Go ahead, try telling them that. Try telling them that you're a observer of the Sabbath. You're going to be asked all types of questions. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care about what you believe. They don't care about your practice. They don't care about your integrity or standards. They just want to use you for what they want to use you for. And that's to make them rich and make them money. I'm a man. I believe in God. Well, Zeke Mason, if you believe in God, what work are you doing to show that you believe in God? How are you proving that you believe? Anybody can say they believe in God. Pedophiles say it. Homosexuals say it. Rapists say it. Murderers say they believe in God. But how are you proving that you believe in God? If you don't mind, Zeke, can you tell me what your nationality is? What's your nationality? For one, God did not bless us all. He blessed many, but anybody could be blessed. God only chose one people, and those chosen people are the Israelites. So I'm going to ask you again, what's your nationality? Because I want to see if there's any grace for you. If you have a reason to endure, if you have anything to endure from. No answer, Zeke? All right. So I'm going to continue. No man that worth entangle himself with the affairs of this life. So if you're going through this walk, if you're trying to be a priest and prophet of the Lord, you shouldn't entangle yourself in war with the things of this life. You shouldn't really concern yourself with these holidays that everybody wants you to celebrate. Entangle yourself in all types of vain things. Your only job is to learn these scriptures, improve what's to come. Teach your people their identity, which was stolen from them from our oppressors. That is what you should be entangling yourself with. Should be entangling yourself with the things that's of this world. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start entangling yourself with the things of this world, start involving yourself in it, like, you know what I'm saying, going to a strip club, or, you know what I'm saying, going to chill with some heathens at their cookout. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, start protesting certain issues and dealing with politics, and no, we don't concern ourselves with that. To us in the ISUPK, you know what politics is to us? I'm going to tell you what politics is to the black and brown and indigenous people of the ISUPK. It's entertainment. That's it. That's all the politics is to me. That's all politics is. We don't entangle or war with ourselves with the things of this world. We just sit back and watch. Like this war in the Ukraine and this war, you know what I'm saying? It's just entertainment to us. What we do is sit back, have a drink. This news about the monkeypox is just entertainment to us. We just sit back and watch. That's it. And if you walk in this walk, once you start entangling yourself into those things, hardness is going to come. You got to endure all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish this up. That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Who chose you to be a soldier? Christ did. The Most High knew you were supposed to be a priest from birth, from conception, actually. He knew when you was a sperm cell who you were and what your whole purpose was. That's why abortions are so evil, because the Most High knew who you were supposed to be from the beginning. Now, if our women endure that hardness of that pregnancy and give birth to those children, who knows what greatness could come from those children, but you got to give those children a chance. So you got to endure the hardness. Us as Black, Hispanics, and Native, we should be used to enduring hardness by now. We should be used to it. Oh, you think I'm drinking alcohol? This is what I'm drinking. See how of a clown you look now? See what you should do. Just hush your mouth and learn something. That's what you should do. Just shut up and learn something. Instead of trying to prove that you are right in anything. You're not right in anything. You know nothing. All right? Now let me continue. Let's go to the next scripture. Let's go to Proverbs 24 and 16. Now, as you are going through these things in life, of course, you might slip. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't celebrate no holiday because it's against the laws of God to celebrate these wicked holidays. So I don't even pay attention to the calendar like that. You know what I'm saying? So people like me might, walk into a situation where holidays being celebrated where I not even know. You know what I'm saying? You might be going to your homie's house, he having a cookout, and don't even know he's celebrating Memorial Day. Because you're not paying attention to the calendar, which I urge you to pay attention to the calendar. So you won't have to be celebrating these hellish days with them. But you don't know. You got to pay attention. But there's times where you may fall. You may slip up, backslide, as the Christians will say. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. Christmas is a pagan holiday as well. You're absolutely right. No, there are holy days in the Bible, Cheddar, not holidays. Holy days. You will not find Christmas. You will not find Easter. You will not find Thanksgiving in the Bible. You may see something that says Easter in the Bible, but what it's actually referring to is the Passover. Purim, yep, Purim is a holiday. Holy day. And that's in the scriptures. But holidays are not in the scriptures. Purim is because Purim is a holy day. Feast of Tabernacles, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, blowing of the memorial, blowing of the trumpets, all that is in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But let's get with it. Let's get with it. Proverbs 24 and 16. No, I'm not even there yet. If you're there, read along with me. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times. Like, you're going to slip up. You're going to go through some things. And believe me, that number is just a random number thrown out there. But you're going to fall. You're going to slip up. But what should you do when you slip up? What you do when you get knocked down? What should you do? Let's get with it. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. You hear that? You hear that? A wicked man's mischief. Know why he's falling into mischief? Because he knows it's wrong and he's enjoying it. He's doing it because he falls into mischief. He darn near jumped into it. You know what I'm saying? But a just man, he gonna slip up and be like, "Whoa," bounce back up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bounce back up. He ain't gonna stay in that mischief. He ain't gonna stay in that sin. He's gonna get up and recover. That's what repentance is. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fall, you're gonna slip up, but guess what you're not gonna do? You're not gonna do it again. You're gonna put up a fight. You ain't gonna let those demons conquer you. Like, there's brothers out there that's probably watching right now that's having demons on, smoking demons, just can't stop smoking weed, just smoking all the time, don't know what to do without it. You know, you smoking on a schedule damn near. You wake up smoking. Smoke when you go to the bathroom, smoke on your way to the bus stop or to your car. You smoke, you got a schedule with your smoking. You know what I'm saying? But shalom, Yahweh Shema Latha B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, sis. Sister Kishma said, we got to repent when we slip. That's right, sis. If we confess our sins, he is just to cleanse us of all unrighteousness. That's absolutely right. That's the whole point of getting back up. Getting back up is that exactly that. It's repentance. You got to repent from that fall, from that slip up. That's how you endure. You can't endure and just be prideful and just keep on moving and going in your way. Nah, you gotta repent. You gotta confess. Seek counsel. That's what we do in the ISUPK. We seek counsel on all things. You know what I'm saying? Seek counsel on all things because it's rough out there. It's rough out there, period. No matter how you like to cut it up, dice it up, it's rough out there when you got the whole world and your family against you just because you know a little something that they don't. You know what I'm saying? You know that you're an Israelite. You know what tribe you come from. You know what I'm saying? You know what to eat and what not to eat. You know what I'm saying? You love your people, so you ain't going to sell them drugs. You ain't going to do drugs with them. You ain't going to be sleeping with your brother's woman, and you ain't going to, sisters ain't going to be sleeping with every man out there. You know what I'm saying? That is love. That is taking care of each other. Brother said, Baruch 4:28, for as it was your mind to go astray from perfect precept. Perfect precept, bro. That was a dope precept right there. You know what I'm saying? That was a dope precept because it's your mind. I'm going to get into another precept. Let's go to where is it? I think it's James. I ain't gonna go. I'm gonna stick with my program, but it's in my plan. I'm gonna get with it. I got a perfect precept for that precept, man. We gonna get with it, but you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? When the spirit is strong, but the flesh is weak. I believe that's in James or it's in Hebrews, one of the two. I believe it's James though. But let's go to Mark 13:13. Bear with me one sec, because you know I'm a digital swordsman. Today I'm using the physical sword today. You know what I'm saying? I got the physical sword out because I'm using my digital sword to be on the TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I don't got two phones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like some people. they look good with two phones. No, I can only afford. Got two lines on it though. Mark chapter 13, verse 13. Hold on, should we go? Nope, we're gonna stick with it right here. And Mark chapter 13, verse 13. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. That's what you gotta endure. You're gonna have to endure hatred. You're gonna have to endure hatred as you are being a priest and prophet out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Because you telling our oppressor who he is and the crimes he has committed against us, you're going to receive hate for that. You're going to receive hate because you're telling your kids they're celebrating their birthdays or Christmas anymore. You ain't eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster anymore. You're going to receive hatred from that. You're telling your family that you ain't going to be smoking weed with them anymore. You're going to receive hatred from that. You know what I'm saying? Live righteously is don't expect love from it. Don't expect love from it. Living righteous, a hard life. And you are living this for Christ's name's sake. Here before any of us was hated. You know what I'm saying? If they hated Christ, what do you think they're going to do with you? If they killed Christ, what do you think they're going to do with you? Give a shout out to the Kentucky 8. If you don't know the story of the Kentucky 8, those are 8 brothers who were out there teaching the word of the Most High. And a Black Lives Matter protest decided to stand against them with weapons, guns, knives, and everything. And guess who prevailed? Guess who were the only men standing? The Kentucky 8 of the ISUPK. They endured that hatred. They endured that hardness, and the Most High showed them worthy by being on their side. Other groups, man, they getting clunked in the head by old ladies with church shoes, man. Getting hit in the head with some Stacey Adams. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about that here because we actually live this life that we speak of. And the Most High is on our side because we are actually living this life. Unlike most people. You know what I'm saying? And they fall because the Most High is not with them. So I'm going to bring that back from the top again. Mark chapter 13, verse 13. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. It didn't say some men. It said all men. Everybody's going to hate you. Everybody. Some people can't even endure hatred. Some people just feel like they got to be liked, got to be loved. They got to make other people smile. Some people actually can't live without doing that. If you can't, you're not built for this life. You won't be able to endure this life at all. It's going to be a hard walk for you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very hard walk. I ain't saying don't give it a try. But it will be a hard walk. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Like, listen. Christians love saying that they saved, but Christians don't endure to the end. They're breaking God's laws every day on purpose, purposely breaking God's laws. They don't think God will chop their head off for eating a pork chop sandwich. They don't think the Most High would do it. They think the Most High will love them regardless of what they do. Not understanding that's not enduring. If I had the mind state that God would love me for what makes you think I won't commit any and every sin? No matter what I do, God's gonna love me. No matter what, I'm doing everything. I'm going to devise up all types of wickedness with my mind because God loves me no matter what I do. The law's done away with. There's nothing to endure. If the law's done away with, there's nothing to endure. But this scripture is saying, let's read it again. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. It's not endure for a moment, for 1 year, 5 years. It's endure to the end. The end's not here yet. I know y'all see these wars, these monkeypox, and y'all thinking the end is now. No, this is just the beginning, homie. This is just the beginning. This is far from the end. This is far from the end. You know what I'm saying? We're getting close. Believe me. We are in high times right now, man. We are in high times. If you ain't getting yourself right now, you're going to have all types of issues. But you got to endure to the end. Endure what? Endure that hatred, because you're going to be hated of all men. Endure that hatred. Endure that pain. Endure those women throwing water at you. Endure them saying F them kids. Endure them saying F God. Endure them, you know what I'm saying, loving our enemies and our oppressors. Endure everything. Endure being hated. Expect it. I take it even further. Expect it. Expect being hated. If I'm not hated, I think I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not hated, I'm doing something wrong. That's why cats left this truth and created all types of other doctrine. They left this truth and created all types of other doctrine. Why? Because they wanted to be liked. You got groups out there that create a doctrine that says, that accepts converts, aka accepts heathens into their schools just so they can be liked. And says interracial marriage is not a bad thing, just so they can be liked. You got people that say multiple wives is wrong and unlawful. No, why? Just so they can be liked by women. so their little purple church could be filled with women. You know what I'm saying? You even got people who are so sick that says raping is lawful and okay, just so they can be liked by people, I guess, who rape and pedophiles and all types of other madness. You know what I'm saying? They didn't endure because they want to be liked. I don't care about being liked. I want the hatred. And in my mind state, guess what? The scripture also says your enemies shall be at peace with you. They say they'll like you. It says they'll be at peace with you. That means they'll respect you and keep their distance. And that's all I join. That's all I want. Keep your distance from me. You know what I'm saying? I do not wish to be around them. So endure that hatred to the end. And those people that endure to the end, endure that hatred, guess what? They will be saved. Those are the people that's going to end up governing the kingdom of the heaven. And that's the position I want. I'm not doing this just so I could be in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's good and all, but no, I want rulership. I want command. I want rulership. But we just can't do that just by doing what we want here. No, we got to prove ourselves worthy of rulership. If we're not proving ourselves worthy of rulership, then what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Let's drop that and let's get Hebrews 12 and 7. And if you want to see the scriptures that I'm using, go to ISUPK Boston on Facebook or Boston ISUPK on YouTube. And I post the scriptures in the chats. And for some reason, the Wi-Fi, through the grace of the Most High, is actually working excellent today. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the comments, when I type in the scriptures, either go to Facebook and not YouTube, or YouTube and not Facebook, but it's working marvelously today. You know what I'm saying? Working marvelous. See me talking. I'm supposed to be doing something right now. Let me get to Hebrews, man. Bear with me 1 second. All right, pass it just that quick. All right, Hebrews. Chapter 12, verse 7. Here it is. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. If ye endure chastening, there's that word endure again. I'm going to bring it up with verse 2. Let's actually go to verse 6 so you can have a full understanding of what you got to endure. You know what I'm saying? Because this walk doesn't mean that you're going to get everything right. We already said you got to fall 7 times, and when you fall, you got to get back up. This is part of the getting back up right here. Verse 6. No, let's go up even more. Let's go to verse 4. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord. Y'all hear that? That's important to understand. Despise not the chastening of the Lord. Why? Let me tell you, son, if the Lord is still chastising you, that means the Lord still wants you and he still loves you. He don't want at that moment to give you up to your lusts and desires. If he gives you up to your lusts and desires, guess what? You're pretty much done for. That chastening comes in the form of guilt a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Or that chastening could come by getting hit by a car. You never know. That chastening could come in many forms, but don't despise that. Chastening could come from a man that's wiser than you, cussing you out, calling you weak for falling to your lust. That's all correction, and that's all love. And we got to endure that. You know what I'm saying? We got to endure the fact of somebody, you know what I'm saying, calling you weak or a bitch because you are being weak and you are being a bitch because you're willing to fall for your lust and your desires and everything else instead of continuing this work of the Lord, instead of following your office, instead of doing what you're supposed to do. That's what we got to endure. We can't fall from that. You know what I'm saying? We can't despise that. Well, when a brother is chastising you or when the Most High is chastising you, you got to look in yourself. Look inside yourself and see where you're weak at and strengthen up and gird up and toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Don't even faint. Don't even get weak. Don't get depressed. Don't be, oh, your head down. No. Toughen up. Take it to the chin. Take it like a man. You know what I'm saying? And gird up your loins and get it right. Get it right. It ain't that difficult. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have issues with brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because they spoke to you in a certain manner. But this way, you could talk to them about that. But you still gotta listen to him and see where you're going wrong at. That's what you gotta endure. You know what I'm saying? And don't despise it. But let's continue. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. If the Most High loves you, he's going to correct you. That's what a father does. You think a father is going to let his son sell drugs, do drugs? Think a father just going to let his, like, a father ain't even going to let his son just sleep with any woman. Father's going to correct him if he's sleeping with the wrong woman. A father corrects his son. Know why? Because he loves his son. He'll cuss him out. Father ain't going to take it. A good father, may I say, because I don't know, in this day world nowadays, a man would accept anything. But a good father will not just accept his son coming in and talking about, I'm gay. No. A father will correct him. He'll kick him out the house if he has to. That's chastising. You know why? Because he loves his son. He loves his son. And when he gets his mind right, he'll take him back. You know what I'm saying? The Most High loves us. That's why we're going through this hell we're going through in America, because we wasn't following his law, statutes, and commandments in the first place. So what the Most High do? Put us in slavery to an enemy, to a people that's not even a people, to a beast, to dogs, to people who are less than us. We are enslaved to people who ain't even worthy of kissing our feet. And now we think it's a reward and it's an honor when they kiss our feet. Let me tell you something. These people out here, we got to endure them and the hardship they're going to put us through. You know what I'm saying? And we also got to endure the hardness of the correction that comes from when we're not doing things correctly. There's a lot of things that we got to endure in this walk. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. So I can bear with me. And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Like he's going to correct you. He's going to put you through some things. If Most High receives you, he don't want you being any and every certain way. He don't want you looking like your oppressor with bleached skin and blonde hair. He don't want you practicing the customs of Asians and so forth and so on. He wants you the way he made you. And he's going to correct you till you're that way that he made you. Just like a father will correct you till you're the way that he made you to be. That's what a good father does. Let's continue. Verse 7. If ye endure chastening, you got to endure all that. You got to endure that correction. You got to do however that correction comes, endure it. God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastising is not. Like, what type of son are you if Most High ain't chastising you? You're an unwanted son. You're ashamed. You're ashamed to your son. He's not going to chastise you. You're ashamed. If the generals don't chastise me, man, I'll feel like a piece of shh. You know what I'm saying? You got to be looking for and embracing all chastising. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you endure. That's how you only get stronger anyway, to endure even more, because it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get worse. This is not an easy cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all the partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. If you don't get it, if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. Most High not chastising you, then you're not even a son. There's nothing left for you to endure. But thank God, Barakatha Yahweh Yahushua, that Christ has given up his life so we can have grace. So we can have a chance to get right. So we can get chastised. You know what I'm saying? So we can endure more and more and more, just so we can prove ourselves worthy of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole goal, to prove that you're worthy of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get James 5 and 11. Bear with me 1 second as I get James. I know James is a small book in the back. Bear with me 1 sec. 1525. All right, here we go. James chapter 5, verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Like, it's a good thing if you endure, man, because you know what's coming to you. If you endure, you know what's going to happen. You know you're going to have great reward coming for you. So we're going to count you happy. You know what I'm saying? Let me continue. Ye have heard of the patience of Job. Like, you seen what Job went through. Remember what Job went through? The Most High commissioned Satan to test Job and do any and everything he can to Job, but he just couldn't kill him, right? So Job went through it all. He lost it all. You got to endure through that too. We got to endure through what Job went through. Job lost everything just to prove he was worthy. We got to lose everything just to prove we are worthy. Job was stricken, lost everything, his kids, his family, all his money, because Job was rich, following the laws of the Most High. He gained riches. He lost everything. Even lost his woman, who was telling him that he should curse God. And he said, screw you, deuces, and continued with his movement. And then on top of that, he got diseases, his body was riddled. Like, yo, Job endured a lot. If we got to endure, we got to at least plan and think of enduring and try to walk the way Job walked. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do. We got to consider what Job went through. When we're talking about enduring and being saved, as Christians like to put it, we got to think like that. Oh, that's right. That's right, Kevin. What Job went through was crazy. That was crazy. You've been getting chastised rough. You know what that means. That means you better get up in here before the chastising turns into a straight up and down rebuke. You better get up in the school, man. In fact, you see the number on the bottom? That number right there? Oh, my hand just... That number on the bottom scrolling by? That number is captain. That number is for you to get up in the school. You know, you call a captain, and that's how you do it. You're going to need to do it, Kevin. You're going to need to do it because you're going through hell. Don't let that hell continue. It gets rough out there, man. I'm telling you. But let's continue. Let's continue. All right, let's continue. Did I even type it in? Yeah, I did. I'm in James 5:11, right? Let's start from the top again. Behold, we count them happy which endure and have seen the end of the Lord. How does it mean you have seen the end of the Lord? What are you looking at when you've seen the end of the Lord? What does it mean when you have seen the end of the Lord? Remember what the scripture says. You got to endure to the what? When you seen the end of the Lord, that means you made it. It means we're in the kingdom. And by you making it to that end, you're seeing the Most High's patience, the Most High's mercy. You're seeing that because he's showing you his mercy, because you know the things you've done. He knows the things you've done. You know how many times you fell and how many times you got back up. You probably ain't thinking that you're worthy of anything, but you're seeing the end. You made it to the end. That is mercy. Matter of fact, let me continue reading it. And have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. But above all things, my brother, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath. But let your yea be yea and your nay be yea, lest ye fall into condemnation. So basically, get up in it. Let your yeas be yeas and your nays be nays. You get sick of this chastising, man. Never get sick of it. Just get up in here, man. At least you know what that chastising really means. You know what I'm saying? Because the simple fact is this, right? Enduring to the end, enduring and taking that chastisement is nothing but love and mercy from the Lord. That's all it is. It's love and mercy. Receive that love and mercy. You know what I'm saying? Receive me. It's at the bottom of the screen, Kevin. Look at the bottom of the screen. You see it rolling by? It says for more info on the ISUPK, please call. Call that number right there. All right? Call that number right there and you get all that. You know what I'm saying? And while you're here, Kevin, just type in the chat like you're doing now. Type in your well, you already got your name. Just type in your city. Just type in your city. Ain't like you got a fake name up there. So that means your attendance will be counted. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Let's get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 2 and 2. In fact, let me type it up in here. This is in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 2 and 2 in the Apocrypha. Matter of fact, go to 2 and 1. Go to 2 and 1. We're going to start off with the first verse. You know what I'm saying? All right, Ecclesiasticus. If you're there, read along with me. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, listen, if you're coming to serve the Most High, if that's your plan, you're coming to do the work of the Most High, you're coming to follow his laws, you're coming to do all that, this is what you must do. All right? This is a main important thing because this even happened to Christ. Even Christ had to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Prepare thy soul for temptation. Even Christ got tempted. You're going to get tempted. You know your lust, you know your desire, strengthen up against it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you smoke weed and you plan on following this truth, guess what? A whole lot of free weed is going to come your way. If you do crack, whatever, a whole lot of drug, whatever drug addiction you got, a whole lot of drugs. If you went to popping whores, a whole lot of whores are going to be calling you, going to be tempting you. You know what I'm saying? All that. So be careful. No sweat, Kevin. You know, it's good that you put it up there. That means everybody can see it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need that number, he put it up in the chat too. Just remember to call that number. You know what I'm saying? In fact, Kevin, you can get out of class right now and call it. You know what I'm saying? But no matter what that lust is, whatever lust you got, you're going to get tempted. More temptation is going to be coming your way. You know why? Because you're going to be missing it. You're going to be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like in the world, I love me some tuna. Tuna was delicious. Pork was delicious. You know what I'm saying? You're going to notice that there's no type of substitute anywhere in these restaurants. All they have is pork and tuna. And you're going to be all tempted to buy it, but nah, you can't. You got to endure that. Like you got to endure that smell of bacon. I understand bacon smells delicious, but you got to endure past that and go to the store and get some beef bacon and fry that up, which tastes better anyway. You know what I'm saying? Lost your job. I've been there. See, that's another you got to endure. You're going to lose your job, especially if you're losing it for this truth. I lost quite a few jobs for this truth because I told him I ain't working no Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta not go to camp, it's an issue for me. You know what I'm saying? It's an issue for me. Yeah, beef bacon is bomb. It's a straight up and down issue for me. I gotta hit up camp. I got a dude named Rogan Black. He wants to know what camp I'm in. I'm not in a camp. Camp is not a thing. Camp is what we do. We do camp. Camp is what we do every Saturday. I'm in a school, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. The only real school, the only so-called camp. We're the only ones. We are the home of the truth, and there's nobody else. Does that answer your question, Rogan? I think it said Rogan. Oh, no, let me move that. Yep, Rogan Black. But let's continue. Prepare for thy soul for temptation. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. What does it mean? What does it mean? Set thy heart aright. What does it mean to set thy heart aright? What does it mean to set your heart aright? That means to get back up in here and do what you're supposed to be doing. That means get your mind right. Get refocused. Start focusing on these law, statutes, and commandments. Get your mind right. That's what you don't put it off. Another way you can do it, don't put it off. You're right. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Get your heart aright. You know what I'm saying? When that hardship comes, when you got to endure that trouble and, you know what I'm saying, that tribulation, man, refocus. Get your mind right. Shove off those lusts and desires that you have. You know what I'm saying? Because those temptations are surely going to come. Keep the laws. Set your heart right. Yep. Keep laws. It's plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Cleave unto him. Hold on. Here's a question. And make not haste in time of trouble. What does that mean? Make not haste in time of trouble. You got a temptation creeping up on you. You got some chick all in your ear talking about come over. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Because you in this truth, you focusing on trying to get yourself right. You got this chick in your ear talking about come over. She needs somebody to hug. She needs a shoulder to cry on. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean to, let me read it again. To make not haste in the time of trouble. What does that mean? Make not haste in the time of trouble. What you not making? What? Man, don't rush to it. Yeah, these chicks are distractions. I think it was Paul that wasn't married. I think it was Paul or Peter. One of them wasn't married, right? That brother was a strong brother. But he didn't have any headaches either. These chicks are distractions. Don't make haste in it. Don't be rushing to this trouble. Don't be making rash decisions. Don't you think things through. Think things through. Go seek some counsel. Go holler at a brother like, yo, this chick is all up on me, bro. This chick is on me. All up in my face. I know she's poison. I know she's poison. Hell, when I met her, she had on nothing. She had on nothing but pom-poms and a tank top. And her hair was in a little small ponytail that was fanned out. Yo, if you see a sister with a ponytail and fanned out at the top, run from that. That's just the borderline nuts. Stay away from her. I'm telling you. Call that the fan club. But these sisters are straight poison. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't coming from the ISUPK, or at least in the ISUPK, or studying under the ISUPK, they are something to worry about, man. They are something to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get Matthew 26 and 41. Go back to the New Testament. Should I go up any higher? Okay. This is what I wanted to bring out to this brother earlier that gave me a dope precept. What was that brother's name? I forgot his name. Actually, I think he's still on here. Yep. Four Corners Truth. This is the precept I wanted to bring up to you earlier. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to read up one verse. We're going to start at 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, like Christ was going up, pray, and he told his brothers to keep watch, keep their eyes open. Well, the brothers felt weak. They wasn't able to follow that simple order. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to stay strong and fight that sleep. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. Tiredness, sleep is one of my favorite things to do. I ain't gonna hold you. Sleep is very special unto me. You know what I'm saying? It's a rare thing in ISUPK to get, period. But once you get it, get it. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Well, could you not watch with me 1 hour? She asking, what? You can't watch with me for 1 hour? You couldn't stay up with me for an hour? We all know Christ is a Judite. It wasn't really an hour. Even if it was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stay up with him. That hour is supposed to be figurative. It don't matter how long it was. They're supposed to stay up with Christ regardless because he said so. You know what I'm saying? Verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. Like even them getting drowsy. That was Satan tempting them with sleep. Sleep, yeah, you could be tempted with sleep. Sleep is a pleasurable thing. And these cats got tempted with sleep. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. The spirit indeed is willing, like they wanted to stay up with Christ. We all understand that. You wanna be in the ISUPK, you want to get this work done. I understand. You want to be out on those street corners on that podium, blazing on our enemies, raising our people up from the dead. I understand that. You want to do it. Your spirit is willing, right? But guess what isn't willing? Guess what isn't willing? You know what I'm saying? Let me continue. But the flesh is weak. Guess what? Your flesh is weak. You could want to do this all you want, but your flesh is weak. Thankfully for grace, we still got time to strengthen up our flesh so we could fight these temptations. You know what I'm saying? You could not want to do it all you want. You still got to get strong to physically fight your temptations, to physically fight your lust, to physically fight your desires. Yes, sleep can be a temptation. You think sleep is bad. Women are far worse. Drugs is far harder. You know what I'm saying? And let me put it like this. If a crackhead could stay up for 4 days, you should be able to stay up with Christ. So don't fall asleep. It's high time, brothers. It's high time to wake up out of slumber, to get up and put in this work for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. Rise and pray that you may not enter into temptation, for the desires of the flesh are against the spirit. I wish you would have put the precept, but that is a precept. You should have put the location though. Should have put the book, chapter, verse. You know what I'm saying? But what you're saying is right. Right and true indeed. You know what I'm saying? It's right and true indeed. But you got to strengthen up that flesh because you're going to go through some hardship. But let's go to Ezekiel 16 and 29. Ezekiel 16 and 29. See the sword, y'all? It's not a 1611, but most of the books in here. So imagine how thin these pages are, man. Pages are hella thin. And I'll be thinking I'm turning one page, I'm turning like 5. So bear with me 1 second. I get to 16. I'm at chapter 21 now. And I'm at 17, 16, and 29. Here we go. Thou hast played the whore with the Assyrians, because thou wast unstable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Listen, that's one of the lusts that we got to deal with. That's one of those desires. That's one of those temptations that we got to deal with in this priesthood. which is leaving it and joining other religions, becoming a whore to the Most High. Yeah, this Bible's real thin, Kevin, man. But you know, these thin pages help me get a soft touch. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing for a soft touch, something that the ladies won't complain about. You know what I'm saying? But this is very heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because what you don't understand, that any of your lusts, any of your desires is considered whoredom to the Most High. If you're not following His law, statutes, and commandments, if you're not doing what He tells you to do, it's no different than when your woman goes against you and starts listening to Pastor Porkchop. You know what I'm saying? When your woman rather listen to Pastor Porkchop instead of you. When your woman is making Pastor Porkchop a tray of fried chicken and you can't even get one. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That's a temptation that we got to deal with. We can't be making that tray of fried chicken and giving it to Muhammad or Allah. We can't be, you know what I'm saying, listening to Buddha or to Shiva. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all brothers with dreads, guess what? Y'all ain't listening to God. Y'all listening to Shiva. You know what I'm saying? So we got to not be whores. Plain and simple. We can't be whores. You know what I'm saying? That's that temptation that we got to endure. We got to be focused only onto our power. Like women will tell you, they still get tempted by other dudes, man. Watch what your woman's watching on TV. You know what I'm saying? If she listening to anybody but you, there might be an issue. You never know. There might be an issue. It depends on her strength, on how well she can fight those temptations. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Okay. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chaldea, and yet thou wast not satisfied with. See, look, in the land of America, we are multiplying our fornications. You know what I'm saying? In one holiday, you could be celebrating 3 or 4 different gods. You know what I'm saying? You're just having an orgy in America with these gods. And that's a temptation we got to fight. We can't be having orgies with these gods out here. We can't be like that. We can't be like that, because you're going to drive the Most High into a wrath. And He's going to deal with you in a way you don't want Him dealing with you. And believe me, it's better to be anywhere else. Better to be in jail than in the hands of the Most High. Most High will do some things to you. I got to tell you, on my walk, I got hit by a car 3 times in my life. I ain't received a dime for any of them. Because I was in an orgy with drugs. And you know, when you're doing drugs, who knows how many guys you're worshiping with drugs? Even smoking weed is a worship to Shiva. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's continue. No, let's drop that. Let's drop that real quick, and let's get Galatians 5 and 16. Yeah, I might go with that one. Galatians 5 and 16. I'm almost there. Oh, past it. Galatians. If you're there, read along with me. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Like, that's an important thing to know. Like, what's walking in the spirit? Who knows what's walking in the spirit? What's walking in the spirit? Like riffraff, I know you're putting up a lot of spirit versus, law scriptures. You should know this. Kishma, keeping the laws, yes, 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 yes. Keeping the laws is walking in the scriptures. But it's a little deeper than that. It's a little deeper. It's a little deeper than that. Put it like this. It is keeping the law, right? But you just can't think of it as such a robotic thing. For example, I brought up bacon earlier, how bacon smells delicious. Yes, my flesh enjoys the smell of bacon. But what does my spirit say? What does my spirit say? My spirit will keep me away from eating that bacon. My spirit will make sure I still follow the law. You know what I'm saying? My spirit will help me fight those temptations. You might be tempted by some big booty heathen. You might be like, oh, she looks so good, but guess what? Your spirit's going to just all of a sudden just make her ugly to you because you want to follow the laws of God. The laws of God trumps your flesh. No matter what your flesh wants to do, you're going to override that and follow the law. Your flesh might want to roll that blunt. Your flesh got you going over there chilling at your cousin's house just to catch second hand. That's what your flesh is doing. Your flesh got you in the sneaking over your cousin's house. Hey, what you doing, cuz? Just so you can just get a whiff of it. You know what I'm saying? But your spirit will keep you away from your cousin's house. Your spirit would help you fight that temptation that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? That's what walking in the spirit is about. It's about fighting your temptation, fighting your lust, fighting your demons. If you can't fight your demons, well, I don't know if you're going to endure to the end. Some brothers and sisters' demons are just way too strong. I understand. But never stop giving up a fight. Like, that's the beauty of guilt. That's why I say guilt's part of that chastisement, because as long as you still feel guilty, there is still hope. There is still hope for you. As long as you feel guilty, the Most High is showing you some type of mercy that you know what you're doing is wrong, and you know you got to get yourself together. That's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. It's getting yourself together. That's what grace is about, getting yourself together so you can follow these law, statutes, commandments, and walk in that spirit and not in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? But let's is there more on that? I think there's more on that. I think there's more. Hold on. Yeah, let's continue a bit. Let's go to the next verse. No. Hold on. I might want to go a little more meatier on this one here. Let's start with 13. Go up to 13. I'm going to go a little meatier. And that's something I don't do very often. I don't go meaty in class. I don't want brothers and sisters choking. But I believe I could break this down and mash it up to the point that's easy to digest. So we're going to start with Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. What does it mean they were called to the liberty? To the liberty. Let me see. So I want to bring up the definition of liberty because a lot of people think they know what liberty means, but nah, they don't. Why isn't it popping up? All right, here we go. All right, let me screen. Let me share it on the screen. I'm surprised this is the only word I went to Miriam for today. Come on, Wi-Fi. Let's get it. Bear with us 1 second. Give this one more. And if you on TikTok, I'm gonna need you to leave on your own because I can't screen share. At least I don't know how to screen share on TikTok yet. I don't know what's going on so long with this. Hold on. I think I got it working right now. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Liberty. All right, look at the definition. First, let's understand what type of word is this. Is this a noun right now? Person, place, or a thing when we read this? You know what I'm saying? It says, ye have been called unto liberty. Yep. So it's a person, place, or a thing. So let's say quality or state of being free. Hey, it does. Isn't that what the truth does? The truth sets you free. You know what I'm saying? You have been called unto that. Oh, I'm sorry. My last. Freedom from physical restraint. Freedom from arbitrary, control. Positive enjoyment of various social, political, and economic rights and privileges. The power of choice. The right or immunity enjoyed by or by grant. I mean, it was granted to you. Permission, especially too, with specified limits. That one's dope too. Verse definition 3. An act going beyond normal limits, such as a breach of etiquette or propriety, risk, chance, a violation of rules or from standard practice, distortion of fact, a short authorized absence from naval duty, usually from less than 48 hours, at liberty, free, at leisure, unoccupied. Military response is good for it. You know what I'm saying? So now let's read it with a little more understanding. From brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. You have been called unto freedom. You have been called unto the rights to live without restrictions. You know what I'm saying? Because you're more trustworthy. You have proven yourself to do so, right? Liberty for an occasion. So it's like the military naval joint for like 48 hours. You got this freedom for like a little bit of time now for an occasion. To the flesh, but by love serve one another. Like, you got the right to do what you want, but guess what? You got to love one another. That's how you're supposed to do it. And what's love? What's love according to the Bible? Love according to the Bible is keeping the law, statutes, commandments according to one another. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Guess what? Loving that neighbor, that's talking about your people. That's not talking about any and everybody. Because back then, any and everybody wasn't your neighbor. Romans were not neighbors with the Israelites at that time. They wasn't neighbors with the Jews. They were oppressing the Jews. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were. They were oppressing the Jews. Your neighbors are your brothers and your sisters and your family and your nation. Those are your neighbors. Those are the ones right next to you going through the same struggle and pain that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. So don't be out there destroying one another. Don't be out there trying to hurt one another. That's the whole purpose of this law. That's the whole purpose of this life that we live. Is not to destroy one another, not to break each other down. We're supposed to be building each other up so we all can follow God's law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? This I say then, walk in the spirit, because the spirit will make sure that you don't break each other down. The spirit will make sure that you don't hurt one another. You know what I'm saying? And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. But the lust of the flesh, man, the lust of the flesh is going to tell you it's okay for a woman to be on a stripper pole. You only live once. She got to do what she got to do to make that money. You know what I'm saying? That's the lust of your flesh would do. And you'll be up on her OnlyFans, passing her, I don't know how much that joint costs, but I don't know, passing her money, promoting and condoning the things that she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. For the flesh lusts against the spirit. Your flesh lusts against your spirit. Your flesh and your spirit is always at war with each other. That's what you got to endure. Your flesh and your spirit will stay at war with each other. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to make sure your spirit is strong enough to win. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to fight your porn addiction, your drug addiction, your lasciviousness. You're going to have to fight all types of problems. You're going to have to fight your hunger for unclean food. You're going to have to fight your lust of pleasing your family. You're going to have to fight all types of nonsense in this walk that you got to endure. You got to endure being hated. In fact, you should be expecting it. But let's continue. And the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Yo, you want to do this walk. You really want to, but your flesh is fighting against you. And you know that to be true because when you was coming into this walk and you wanted to roll that blunt and you're listening to the words of the priests and prophets as you're trying to watch it, there is a war going on right then and there. You're not sure if you should be smoking. So you rolling up, you lighting, and you just put that out. That's the war right there. You know what I'm saying? A chick call you over just to get it in, and you're not sure if you should go. That's the war right there. You know what I'm saying? If you need counsel on which direction you should go, that's what that number on the screen for. That's what that number on the screen is for. And it works 24/7. You know what I'm saying? If the brother don't answer, leave a message. He'll get back to you. Don't be ashamed to leave a message. I ain't gonna lie, I hated talking to machines. Machines not my thing. I don't leave messages, but I have to. I'm being trained to leave messages and then leave text messages. So do that. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. What does it mean if you are led by the Spirit? You are not under the law. See, Christians like to say that this means that the law is done away with. But if you are being led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. What does that mean? Let me bring it down to you very simply. Remember what I was saying, what the spirit will make you do concerning your flesh? The spirit will prevent you from sinning. So if you're being prevented from sinning, you are not under the law. Know why? Because you're not breaking the law. See, people need to understand the law is not just what you should and should not do. The law is also the punishment. You know what I'm saying? The law is also the punishment. It's the things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what in slang, we call police the law. Because we know from the dirt that we're doing, they come and they punish us for doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're here for. And that's what these scriptures are for. That's what the priests and prophets are for. You know what I'm saying? So if you are being led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. So guess what? You're not under the law because you're following it. You don't have to worry about the punishment of the law. It's second nature to you. You're not under the law because you're already not eating crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. You're already not touching little kids. You're already not raping women. You're already following the law. So you're not under it. You don't have to worry about the punishments of it because you're not breaking it. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right, Kevin. Not breaking the law. Let's continue. Now the works, verse 19, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. Now these are the things that we have to understand what the lust of the flesh is. You know what I'm saying? Adultery, fornication. Now people like to say, let me tell you what adultery is. Adultery is when a woman sleeps with another man or a man sleeps with another man's woman. That's adultery. Fornication is any unlawful sex, which is homosexuality, bestiality, pedophilia, so forth and so on. Sleeping with your woman's family members and all types of other things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. In this world, all types of madness was coming out with sex. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Lasciviousness. Lasciviousness is a unquenching sexual desire. Like you always just horny. You always just you need sex all the time. That's lasciviousness. That's the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Idolatry. That's worshiping other gods. That's the lust of the flesh. Witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. All those things that we just read, which is the lust of the flesh, is what Christians practicing. So even in their view of what heaven is, they should understand with their practicing of the law being done away with and how much they are following the lust of their flesh. They should not even enter the kingdom that they believe exists. But that's what we're trying to endure to do. Christians like to say they're saved so they can enter this kingdom, but they're still eating crab, pork, shrimp, and they still, you know what I'm saying, the pastor's still sleeping with your woman and touching your little kids and, you know, all types of manner of madness. But they believe they're still getting into heaven just because they said, I believe Christ came and, you know, the thing that Christians do. I wasn't much of a Christian. I sucked at Christianity very badly. Very badly. I was a Christian in spirit, not in practice. Oh man. But let's continue. No, I think we can end it there. Yeah, we're going to drop that there. We're going to go. What time is it? We got time for one more scripture. Oh man, I got so many written down. Forget it. Let's get Revelation 9 and 13. Revelation 9 verse 13. No, my fault. I mean 13 and 9. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Look, this is very important for you to know. This is very important for you to hear. Not just hear, but understand. Everybody has an ear, but not everybody's going to be able to hear this. So if you have an ear, listen. Listen very carefully. This is important. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Look, this is all about the kingdom of heaven right here. This is all about the kingdom of heaven right here. If you lead into captivity, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go into captivity. You know what I'm saying? And who led us into captivity? Every nation had their hand into us getting into captivity. Every nation. So guess what? Every nation got to go into captivity. Let's continue. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. That's what we're enduring for. That is what we're enduring for. This is what we have patience for. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have patience for. And I'm going to leave you with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a trooper in the school, get in all black, black shirt, black headpiece, black pants, black boots. You know what I'm saying? And call that number on the screen. If you want to be a sister in the school, call that number on the screen. And if you're on TikTok, that phone number is 857-990-1887. I repeat, 857-990-1887. And that will get you in touch with the school so you can you know what I'm saying, get set up and become a priest and prophet or a sister of the school. You know what I'm saying? And get your name and all that. And with that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to my brothers, Yahweh Shema Allah Thumba Shim, Yahweh Shah to my sisters. Shalom.